Oh, okay. So for today's lesson, I've chosen the book. It's Trevor Noah, Born a Crime, Stories from a South African Childhood. I started to read this book and I really liked it because it talks about issues in South Africa. It explains the issues, the childhood of Trevor Noah, who grew up in South Africa, having a mother, South African mother, and a Swiss father. So he explains how his childhood has been actually complicated, and he was striving to find his place in the society. So I think that this book explains really good the issues in South Africa, because there is a side where the history is explained really well. So it's really adapted for young readers. Okay, I chose 3 competence aims from the Norwegian program for English in first year of high school. So the first one is understand the main content and details in texts of varying length about different topics. Read to acquire knowledge in a particular subject from one's education program. Discuss and elaborate on culture and social conditions in several English-speaking countries. The learning objectives for the lesson will be actually understand the extract from the book Born a Crime, because the students will be reading one extract from a book explaining South African history. So that takes us to the second objective, which is to learn about South Africa's history. The goal or the learning objective that we will be focusing on is actually to strengthen a vocabulary related to social conditions in South Africa. So the first thing the students will do is actually to see these words here in the columns, and they will try to guess or write down if they already know the meaning of the words below. So I've chosen the words to develop, which is a verb, to impose, also a verb, to subjugate, also a verb, the descendants, a noun, to abolish, a verb, and to stumble upon, which is also a verb, and surveillance, which is a noun. So the first thing the students will actually do is try to guess and write down the word in first column. Okay, yeah. So after they've done this, they will read the text and try to infer from the context what it means. Okay, so here is a text. And here in blue, we see actually the words to develop, to impose, to subjugate, the descendants, abolished, stumble upon. And surveillance, of course, the last word. So after they've done this, after they've tried to figure out what the words mean, they are actually reading the text as we've seen it. Yeah. Here is the text, which is not a really long text. It is about maybe 1 page. So then after they read the text, they'll try to figure it out from the context, the meaning of the words. Okay. After they've done the guessing part and trying to understand the words from the context, they will look up in the monolingual dictionary and find the word's definition. So I'm actually using the Oxford Dictionary, which we can see here. I'm writing English Dictionary, and it is called Monolingual English Dictionary. that is okay. I chose actually a Cambridge. Sorry. So if they write down the word, let's see. The first word is to develop. Okay. So we write develop. We have a nice definition: to cause something to grow or change into more advanced, larger, or stronger form. Okay, so I would say the key word here is to grow or change. Okay, so let's go back. The second thing they will be doing, they will look up in a bilingual dictionary. As I'm not teaching English actually now in my school, so I will try to ask my colleagues which bilingual dictionary they use, but I found some good ones. If I write norsk, engelsk ordbok, I would like to also see what the other teachers are using, but I think maybe it's good to use ordbok 24. So I write here, so I have to change here engelsk til norsk, to develop. Okay, så oversett og utvikle. Yeah, it seems like the definition is okay. So if we go back, then the students will try to translate it into Norwegian. The last thing they will be doing is to find the collocations in English, which is done by using OSTIC. So if we try to see how the word actually can be used in different ways. So develop, if you write develop, develop, okay, we look here. So nothing has been found for develop. Let's try another word, which can be, let's try a noun, surveillance. Okay. Stick is here. Surveillance. Yes. Be under surveillance. Keep place under surveillance. Carry out the surveillance. Increase surveillance. Reduce surveillance. So they can actually strengthen the vocabulary during the learning. Yes. Okay. Then at the end they will have to read the text and try to understand it. I think those words are maybe the new words for the VG1 students. Yes, that's everything that I have prepared for today. So I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Thanks.